Well, hello everyone. Thank you for joining me. I am Tarot Stash. Please like and subscribe because it's free. Also, please remember that this is for entertainment purposes only. Do not make any decisions based upon what I say. Seek professional assistance. Really. So, today, what you are going to watch me do is I am going to continue my nested tarot project. This is the 5th episode. The Nested Tarot is by Jamie Sawyer. Links are in the description. As of Sunday, the 27th, this was still available. And there's Jamie Sawyer's contact information. It is on deep discount. I'm a fan of this deck. And so this is what the deck looks like. Here's the back. It's a lovely deck. Here's the front. So the card images, the idea of it being nested is they are like nesting dolls. Now, that being said, I like this deck. I like it quite a bit. I like it so much that I bought a second one. And the second one, I decided that I was going to do some modifications of it. If you've seen me, seen this before, you know what I've done. I'm going to take this all the way out. So part of what I have done is I have sanded the back because I wanted them to be less, let me turn this light off. I wanted them to be less shiny so that I could use them. So I've sanded the back. I've also sanded and have done steel wool on the front because I wanted some wear and tear. So, and that being said, I have decided, and I also edged the side with 3 different colors of brown. Actually, it may be 4. So let me just turn that light on again. Anyhow, so it's beautiful. I'm a big fan of that. So today you are going to see me do something that what may make some of you cringe on your own head, be it. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to do circle punching on it. I'm going to take some circle punches and I'm going to actually punch out just the face of each of these cards. Now, for those of you who've not seen it, I've circle punched other cards before, and then I have all of the punches here, and then I put them in like that. So therefore, what you get is double meanings, layered meanings. So you can do that. And I have done this with 4 decks. Now, some of you may be faint of heart and you can't handle it. So look away. Look away. So make sure you do that. However, I am going to do this with the Nested Tarot. There's my little bag for that. And what I have done, or what I'm doing for the Nested Tarot, is I had to get a different size punch. And you know what? There are people here. Some of the best chatters are here. Thank you, best chatters. Thank you, work lurkers. Thank you, best lurkers. And thank you, future lurkers, for being here. I really appreciate you joining me for this. And let's see who we've got. Selena was first in. Hello. Jamie, Wandering Mountain Bardic Path, Hypnicity, Julie Ann, Purple Moon Tarot, Deanne, Blue Crescent Tarot, who is stepped away because she has a work call. Deanne is partially inspirational for this because I watched Deanne use a circle punch, and she created an oracle deck using circle punches from it was a Deviant Moon variation. And Kelly Bear also was doing this, and I really like this. Bratu, thank you. Purple Elephant Deb H, hello. Phoebe Johnson loves this deck. I am a big fan of this, the vintage look of this. I am a big fan also of woodcut, and there's no question Jamie Sawyer is extremely skilled at that. Pamela said, it looks great, Gerald. Thank you. Purple Moon Tarot likes the circle punch deck. Yes, deep magic here. And Julianne, it is unsettling. Look away. But they do think it's really cool and creative. I love it. I love it too. And one of the great things about this for me is so basically I'm going to be nesting the nesting tarot. So if you think about that, that's sort of very cool. So I am going to be watching chat while I do this. Do I need to show everybody the decks that I've circle punched? So, but this deck is currently on deep sale on Jamie Sawyer's website. Again, purchase responsibly, know your limits. It's like half off. So it's a lovely deck. So nesting the nest. Yes. Okay, I'm taking a sip. Now, part of what I was wanting to do is I thought, oh, okay, I've got a circle punch. Well, the problem is the circle punch is really too big. The circle punch that I have it was 1.5 inches, and I wanted it to be just big enough to get the heads. Now, that being said, let me move these. That being said, I did find, oh, maybe this is 2 inches. Here, wait a minute. It's 2 inches. This is 2 inches. Yeah, and it won't be made again either, Jamie. So I thought, all right, let's do 1.5 inches, because I was doing like what many of us do. We will be looking at something and we're going, well, exactly how big do I need this? So I was checking this out, and I needed it to be about 1.5 inches. That would give me just the head. Now, so I found this. I'm online. It's 1.5 inches. This is the saga. We'll get going here. The problem is I cannot put it in far enough to get it where I want it to go. It needs to move about 1/4 inch deeper. See? And so it's like, gosh darn it, because it's the perfect size. I just can't get a good punch. So I was at a store a couple of weeks ago, and I found this one, which is dun, 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 it is a little larger, but it actually It's perfect. See? And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this and then like that. So therefore, we have that. And I have just done that. Everybody catch your breath. See, I did that. I ripped the Band-Aid off so you didn't know that that's what I was doing. Everybody okay? Take a breath. And I'm also going to do some additional deck modification because I'm going to be writing on these. What I'm trying to decide is what color pen do I use? I think I'm going to have to use, here's a good question, everybody. Do I go ahead and try to fit the title of the card on the front, or do I put the title of the card on the back? Because these are going to only work with each other. Yeah, so I was at a store. I think it is the perfect size, Jamie. I agree. So I was at a store. Yes, I was at a store getting some crafty things, and I saw this. Cheryl is still holding her breath. Okay, breathe, breathe. So, okay, so what do you think? Where should I, because what I want to do is these are only going to be used together, because if I were to do this, it would look a little weird. I mean, it would still work, but it would look a little weird, and it's just wrong. It's wrong in my mind. So let's put this back. Where do I write the title for that card? Do I write it on the front or do I write it on the back? So these are all pretty much going to be like that, and they'll go into a pouch. Jamie says the back is my vote. What do the rest of you think? Purple Moon Tarot says the back. Cheryl, are you breathing yet? I wonder, is this okay, or would you like it a little closer, everybody? So that's 2 votes. 2 votes for the back. You know, it's interesting. Okay, that's 3 votes for the back. You know, it's interesting. Can you imagine the story that I'll be able to tell, like, by putting these out? So, okay, so the back. It's the back. It's fine for viewing. Okay. So then what I'm going to do is, well, Julianne, I'm glad you like this. I like it too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write on the back. So I'm just doing an abbreviation, Knight of Swords, because I want to be able to see it. So KN for Knight, SW for Swords. It fell behind me. Oh, pretty. I was burning some incense. Anyhow, so there's one done. And what's great is these do work very well. Pamela cast 5 votes for the back. And see, what's interesting is I do have to be very careful. So now we have the sun. And so for the sun, I'm going to actually put 19, the sun. Oops. So we'll do that. See, look. See, everybody's okay. So here's the Page of Cups. If Jamie Sawyer is watching this, Jamie, I hope you do not mind. I am inspired by this, and I am making this happen. Page cups. It does cut really nice. I'm pretty pleased with how this cuts. I was at a store and off with their heads. Sorry, am I allowed to say that? And so we have the 7 chariot. Okay. So I like how it's on the back. Okay, so here we go. And it does cut really nice. When you were doing a modification, Dawn Michelle was the one who really got me comfortable with doing deck modifications, and so she talked about, she's really playing full. So I appreciate that, and I appreciate that. So it's really, really quite good. So, and so here, let's see what this looked like. Do I have? Okay, I don't have. Here, let me do a couple of more. I was thinking that too. It's a good punch. It is a good punch. Oh, that's how I've been feeling while watching Off with Their Heads. Here's an interesting one. So we have the 9 of Swords. Nine of Swords, checking it. Okay. And this is my deck. I'm not meaning any disrespect to the artists or creators or anything like that. So there's the Tower. I like that Tower. I'm trying to get it as centered as possible around the punch. There we go. I should have some background music going. Beth has only come in to watch Sam Peckinpah's Brutalist Movement Tarot Revival per Gerald. There you go. I've only gone as far as trimming and edging. Well, and Cheryl, I love this so much that I actually have 2 copies of this deck, because I wasn't going to do this if I couldn't get another copy of it. I wasn't at all going to do that. So is everybody breathing? So 3 wands. For those of you who have modified your decks, or I've only gone, okay, Jamie said, I'm pretty sure Jamie would be saying after it leaves her hand, what you do with it creatively works for you. I bet she is intrigued. Well, cool. Yeah, I mean, it is. And Beth, it's like we're nesting the nested tarot. So it's cool. So, here's an interesting thought. We have this beautiful 3 of Wands, really beautiful. And then if you put inside of it the sun, the energy of the sun, what does that do with it? And here's the other thing. is, I'm trying to get this just so it fits perfectly, which, holy mackerel, hello, look at that. It looks like it belonged there. Holy mackerel. And so when I'm reading the cards like this, the circle punched cards, there's a beautiful extra layer about it. So it's quite good. The thing that is really important for the punches is that your punch needs to really be as sharp as possible. This is apparently a paper shapers, which I got it on sale. So from Holo's Paper Crafts. So 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles. What I do want to know what markers people use. So Cheryl said, some of us have decks we don't connect with. So this has me thinking if deck modification might be something to consider. Cheryl, yes, consider it. Yes, do it. Can I get that to go? Cheryl, yes, do it. And really, really good. It's good for you to do to watch multiple walkthroughs, so you can get the right technique. So, and here's the Hierophant. Oh no, the Hermit. There we go. That's number 9, the Hermit. If you are going to be trimming a deck for edges, Sharpie Professional Chisel is, and the pen you are using to write on the back. Okay. So you also, when you want a punch, you do want it so you can see exactly where you are doing it, where you're punching. So that's an important thing. So Six Wands. Use a guillotine. You want a guillotine if you're if you're trimming. And by the way, in case you're wondering, they're pretty close to exactly the same place. So I like that. So use a guillotine. I have a guillotine. It is a swing line, and a swing line is a really good one because you're going to want that to be able to make sure that you are getting a very good cut. There are some of those paper cutters that you can, there's paper cutters that you're able to slide along. Those never actually, a problem with that is if the card is sharp, it's not going to sit well. I don't know if I'm going to make you all sit through 78 of these cards. However, so in that case, do you have any questions for Gerald? Here, we're drawing 8 of Cups. And it's really pretty when you when you get rid of the actual the doll part. This is a really beautiful image. So 8 of Cups. Okay, Cheryl, Beth, are you still breathing? I actually, I like using this deck a lot, and part of it is it's a little too shiny for me to use online because it reflects. But since I have done all of the um, I'm going to say King of Pence, but since I have done this, it's actually working. So, hi Kiba. Yeah, hypnicity. I agree with you. I like the perspective. Beth is still breathing, and so whoop, the wheel, yay! And the challenge of doing this with the circle punches, the other deck, when I did these, is it was finding out where to punch so the punch had a feeling of the energy of the card. So, I still wrote on them, but the challenge, of course, was finding out, okay, what is it? Where is the card? Kelly Bear was talking about that too. So, I like how it just sort of pops out like that. So, oops, do it on the back, Gerald. There we go. Cheryl is still breathing. Good. And I'm a big fan. I used to do woodcut when I was in college. Liked it. I took three semesters of it, and there's something very, very appealing about for me anyhow, having the showing up. So, oh well, Tony is here. Antoinette Tarot and Jewelry, and this deck has her approval to punch. And so, have you ever punched a deck, Tony? I like the Eight of Pentacles. And because Tony had a reaction to seeing that I had circle punched this deck, the Deviant Moon, the borderless edition. And Tony's like, and strangely, I haven't. No, strangely, I haven't. Has anybody? I mean, there's been a few deck mods out there, and deck modification is a great way. I highly encourage deck modification. The reason I encourage it is a great way to connect with the deck and for you to make it usable for you. If a deck um, if a deck is overwhelming, it doesn't make sense to you, or it's hard for you to connect with, then I'm a big fan of writing on it. I did that with the is it the Witch's Garden, Jamie and Pamela? I know I got Linda a copy of that. So, but I am also I'm a supporter of whatever you do, it's your deck. Trim it, don't trim it, color it. And and okay, so treason. We have treason here. We also have I won't even write on my decks. Nalani, are there decks that you would use more if you actually wrote on them or there was some help? I'm curious about that. And Purple Elephant Debage says, I have a new deck I want to remove the edges on. I'm looking for a paper cutter now. And okay, so I wasn't going to show this. This is not product placement. It is this is the swing line that I have. It, use caution. And so it's a swing line. I bought it online and it is model, can you see that? Model 9312. 9312. So, but it's a sharp one, of course, make sure that you are, got good light and doing all that stuff. So, and Jamie is a big fan of modding decks. Yes. Jamie is the one. Oh, look, you can tell I've been creative because I've marked myself. Jamie is the one who referred me to that guillotine. Tony said, I write on borders now, but knowing I can cut them off later. That's good. Yeah, make it work for you. And Beth said, I will not mod, nor will I write on decks. I'm a come as you are kind of gal. I love that. I like that. Everybody sip, sip. I need to play with the ideas. There's so many good ideas. And yes, be careful with the swing line. It is effing sharp, and I use a sharp metal glove with it. Good advice, everybody. Good advice. Can I point there? There. Very good advice. I will get myself less. Well, you know what? If you want limits can be very, very helpful. If you don't think that you are going to be at all comfortable at writing on it, one of the things to remember is if hang on, I got to write Hierophant. One of the things is if you have what's the nail stuff that you can use to wipe off the permanent marker. That will I keep when I'm modifying a deck or I'm edging it, I am keeping that around so that it helps me always have that. And so I regularly take off borders or make decks smaller, more Wygon. Okay. Yes, sip, sip. More than a handful is a waste. Hi, Saskia. Acetone. Thank you. Acetone. Leave room for possibilities. Yes, acetone. Acetone does a really nice job of removing permanent marker. Here's the thing. Acetone, if you rub it you don't have to rub very hard. And if you do rub hard, you can sometimes take off part of what you're actually trying to part of the card image. And so this is fun. Lighter fluid will do the same thing. Cool. I oftentimes don't have lighter fluid sticking around. But again, for entertainment purposes only. I would love to see someone, I don't own this hashtag. I wish I did. I'd love to create a tarot deck that you could do this with, um, where you could actually um, have the image within the image and set it together. I am supposed to be getting some decks, and what I am going to do is when I get some decks, I have some other mods that I want to do. Not saying who is sending me decks, but when they get sent, they're duplicates. That's an interesting image, isn't it? Ooh. Here, how creepy is that? Ooh, the high priestess with a devil head. That's scary. It was a common tool in print shops to clean up and cut and paste proofs. Yeah. The shuffle tarot has images mixed and matched. I believe I am aware of that. Somebody was talking about the shuffle tarot. Um, who was that? I saw somebody with that. Excuse me. I need to finish this. Gerald is not able to talk and write at the same time. And what I hear people saying, yes, Gerald, you can work on that, but you need to get your get the best chatters oracle deck done first. Yeah, creepy. Okay, and oops, I just lost the. There it is. Oh, look, I found a piece of fabric that I am using for a fabric landscape. So, for those of you who are watching or watching the playback, thank you. Are you okay with this overhead camera thing? Because I'm trying to figure out a way to do more creative stuff, overhead camera stuff. This is a decent setup. It's decent. Mark Spirit Whisperer was using it recently, the Shuffle Tarot. That's cool. So, and I am reading with Mark on Saturday or Friday with Sun Psychic Gene, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm also thinking about on the channel. I'm also thinking, Tony, it is still available. I think I'm no longer disappointed that I didn't get this one now because I'm circle punching it. Wait a minute. What? Nalani likes the presentation. Jamie likes the overhead, and so does Deb. Well, anyhow, I want to do more deck flip throughs. I haven't done one of those in a while. I think it would do me good. So that. And Yeah, it's all because of me. Jamie Sawyer is not going to be able to sell a copy of the Nested Tarot because Gerald has circle punched it and turned Tony off. But one of the great things that I like about YouTube and TarotTube is watching other people use decks that I have, because sometimes decks really sing in people's hands, and I think it's really quite quite great. Oh, Jane is here. Hello, Jane the Seeker Tarot. It's good to see you. And I want Jamie wants to do a VR, or Jane wants to do a VR. So, and I think what I want to do is with more overhead stuff like this. I want to be able to show a little bit more of my creativity. Do more more quilting, more crafting, and then also from there is I could do more of the flip throughs. Somebody actually asked asked me in a previous video of what to use for if they wanted to edge a deck with gold. I have never done that. Has anybody actually ever done that? I've never done that. So I think just you can get gold Sharpies. Does Tombow have gold? So we also have Maru is here. Good grief. I'm missing everything today. Hi, Maru. And Jane is in a perfect spot. A cat in the lap, a cat in the lap, one-handed typing. I actually love that. So, okay. So here, I want to do a couple of more of these, but then I want to show something about how a few of these cards could work nicely together. God, isn't that face beautiful? Look at that face. Beautiful. 9 cups. It's almost August, and I've got to get my butt in gear and get my shows scheduled. Oh, and Tony has said not metallic gold, I don't think, but a gold yellow in Tombow. Okay. And Deanne is back. Hello, Deanne. And let's give credit to Deanne, who inspired me to consider circle punching, and Kelly Bear, who also inspired me to circle punch. It's been great. And this is a great question, Jane. I'm actually only going to be using this with this, because unless there's another circle punch, I'm sipping. Unless I have another circle punch, because these circle punches are 2 inches, so they're a little small. This is interesting. It says on the inside it's 2 inches. I don't know if you can see that, but it's actually 1 and 3, well, almost 1 and 3/8. No, 5/8. So, yes, very satisfying. It is very satisfying. Yeah, here's the other treason person. Hmm. Tony, one of these days I'm going to have you on and I'm going to invite you to do readings with the circle punched deviant moon. And then Deanne could actually join because Deanne has got a whole bunch of stuff that she did it with. So are you pair you pair yes, we're not defiling Patrick's decks. It is fascinating. I think it's great. Yes, and I didn't need my tiny hands to find that. I wonder, actually, that's an interesting thing. I wonder if Patrick Valenza would like to come on a show and talk about this. Patrick, have your people call my people, right? But, okay. I have difficulty writing at the same time. I'm trying to let those simmer a little bit. You know, it is interesting the fact of doing something like this and then putting decks. It's the same thing as what happens when we pair decks. But there's a this is a this is definitely a more intimate way of pairing a deck. And Jamie said the readings with a circle punch deck are interesting to listen to, I think. Yeah. Okay, so I've got this many done. And I one of the things, okay, I mean, technically, you could just use the circles with their own cards. It just mixes the meanings. Yes, which is probably what's going to happen with this one, Maru, because at this point, I don't have the same circle punch size as in from these. However, I think it's just like it's like the center of a Celtic cross where you have one card crossing another. That's there. Have you considered doing a large and mini of the same deck? Seeing what image? Oh, that's interesting. Seeing what the image does in the other card sizes. I have not. That's interesting. And I need to watch your live when you use your puncher card. Yeah. Penmanship is terrible, so avoid drawing on others' artwork. Well, you're drawing on the back of it. So okay. So that being said, hi Shruti, good to see you. And it certainly is a more intimate way of a deck pair. Yes. Well, it truly is. It truly is. So here's what I'm going to do, everybody. I want to just see, because I'm curious to see what happens. I've got an interesting idea. And no, not the Deviant Moon. Tony's, if you know Tony, here, I'm going to pick out two cards. And I'll put these aside. Now I'm going to pick out three. So here's an interesting thing. Looking at this, what story does that tell? Because we have this. And then we have this. I'd have to rearrange this a little bit. And then this. Isn't that an interesting thing? This is looking straight out at us. This person is actually looking at themselves, and then this person is looking next to them, looking at the next thing. And so we have here, we have the Eight of Pence, we have the Moon, and then we have the Seven of Swords. Shruti, I am modifying a tarot deck, the nested tarot, and I'm just showing people what that looks like. So this is, I just had a really cool idea. Is so we pull out the punches first, and then we mix up. It looks like having trouble choosing between love and money. Someone paid for some cozy time and got ripped off. See, this is what I love. So we've pulled these. These are core issues. Thank you, Jules Niner. Jules Niner said these cards look amazing. So from here, so then what I will do, and Jane says, I see a secret telling, and Two Faces tells the snarky face. Yeah. Yep. Love that brain. Yep. Yeah. And, you could definitely give a story for each character here. I think that's really fascinating. So then I thought, wouldn't it be interesting to, let's say, okay, these are the three options. Let's say these are three options. And then we pick a card, which is the querent or the person and what they are. But then let's try this on for size. What does it look like for the Eight of Pentacles embedded in the Chariot? Still look of determination there. I also think, we also have the, there's a lot of weight to this one, it feels like. Yes, be careful who you tell your secrets to. And then we could also go, okay, what about this? Inside we have the Moon inside the Chariot. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so we have move, but keep your head about you. So that's this one. Great comments. Move and keep your head about you. It does look like a queen, much more queen-like than we're used to seeing for the Chariot. And yes, you could certainly write a novella for these folks. Or paying for a taxi to find some sexy time. Yeah. This is her theme. She's trying to distract everybody from the fact that I have circle punched the deviant moon. Going for a ride. And then here we go. The moon being the charioteer. That's an interesting thing to consider. Karaoke cab. What song are they singing? Ooh, that's a good question. My teenager just thought about mooning from the Chariot. I like that. I like that. That's a good one. You're getting good laughs on that one, Hypnicity. And I do see Timmy Raven is here. Timmy Raven is joining me and Jamie tomorrow for a back and forth with Jamie and Gerald. And Timmy Raven is asking the questions. That's part 2. It's going to be a close one because I got a dentist appointment in the morning. So, or just before that. Hi, Annie Bear. And so then this one, look at this. We have, this is the 7 of Swords in the Chariot. That's a bit unsettling, isn't it? And part of what's unsettling about that is the person doesn't look focused. I don't know about you, but I don't want a charioteer that is not focused. Forgot their Johnny. I see a jealous female lovers the fool, like finding it's funny, but I came in 5 minutes ago. Jules Niner, you're good. Yeah, looking nervous. Yeah, it's a very nervous thing that, and this is this is 2 sevens actually. Ah, there you go. Considering other options. But this is the Chariot and the 7 of Swords. So there's a lot to think about before you actually maybe start off on the journey, because I don't know about you, but I'm going to want to double check things. And and this just in from Tim. I have a new set of questions. I also have a dentist appointment tomorrow morning. We will both be orally challenged. I am never orally challenged, Timmy. There, I said it. All right. Suddenly I've lost subscribers. Well, I want to say thank you very much, everybody, for joining me. And I have done this many. I haven't done quite half of them yet. So I've got almost half, not quite. So there's that. And yeah, Hypnicity said, look, she's looking for something better. So, and you are so fun, Gerald. Thank you. I'm orally exceptional then. Yes. So what I am going to be finding is I need to, actually, this works out really nicely. And this is going to be it's going to be, ooh, here. Tony, are you still here? Are you still here, Tony? Because guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to go like this. I'm going to pull one of these out. And I'm going to go like this. And I'm going to go, look what this would look like, Tony, if you were to put we just had that one. If you had the 4 of Cups inside the 10 of Wands. Yes, I can masticate. She won't be satisfied in any card she shows up in. Yeah, that's true. Thank you, Deanne. And yeah, it does add dimension. He does, Well, you know what? Isn't that an interesting thing? So he could look constipated. So, but I don't know. We'll see how this goes. Well, yeah. And so this is the 10 of Wands with the 4 of Cups. He's got a lot on his mind, and he's not handling things well. So, well, thank you everyone for being here. This has been delightful. I hope you have enjoyed this. This is my nested tarot deck modification project. I think since I only have about half of the cards to do, I might finish those up. And then, who knows, maybe I'll do something else. I want to say thank you very much. Please, by all means, subscribe. It's free. Contact me if you want a a reading. It's been great being here, and I want to say thank you, everybody. So take care. Bye.